man. I guess he was very disappointed in him, so I guess he's not really much to talk. Where even did they go? They went through here, which is full of that Illuminati assholes. Oh god, is this a hunt? Yeah, it is. I could solo that, but there's no point. I'm not desperate for seals, and people are still hunting anyway. Let me guess, wondering why I haven't gotten smacked them upside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? Yes, why? Tell me. There's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot son deal with the troubles on his own, that's why. Fair enough, I guess. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? What are we looking at? Ah. That's not death, you fool, it's just some passerby. I could literally walk to them and they wouldn't give a shit. I didn't... Like, this guy's looking right at me and he's not saying anything. Okay. We mustn't act rashly. If they realize they are being watched, they may attempt to flee again. Very slowly. Oh, we wouldn't want that. So it seems that the Grand Sirs have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Like, oh, I don't know, just go walk up to him and just grab it. Maybe push one of them down and they'll probably break a hip. Ask and you shall receive. We can ambush the wizened dragoon. Take him hostage and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Sir, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, we shall approach the problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Griffin will stalk and subdue the Grand Sir. Then relieve him of his armor. Huh? How is stripping an old man naked more gentleman than taking him hostage? Rest assured I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Griffin. Alright, make me do the grunt work. Okay. I'd rather you do it because... Oh yes, let's not even bother to discuss the more unethical implications, much less the legal ones. Think he's sleeping or just, Do take care to obtain the Dragoon's armor through gentlemanly means. We must always endeavor to treat our elders with utmost respect. Oh, god damn it, why don't you do it then? How come I have the stripped old man? Alright, what are you doing hiding behind the building? Sup, man? I'm gonna need your armor, dude. I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms, those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I say, would you be so kind to massage my shoulders? What? Massage my shoulders, young lady? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gonspart can't seem to soothe with his magics. I just want your armor, dude. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course. How so, leave me. Here, lend me a hand with the straps. Okay. Truly, young lady, you are a saint. I swear it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Massage or land. Okay. I'm not really massaging, I'm just massaging the air. It's good enough. The healing tingle. Would that I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pigsney used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot. Slowly, make me forget my troubles. Hey, this seems awfully familiar. Harder, harder, higher, higher. Close your eyes and dream. Oh, the old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops and you begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final... What? Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. What the fuck? Well, I'm gonna need your, boots too, dude. How are you sleeping sitting up? With utmost care, you remove Orla and Sabaton's breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements at the mercy of the nearby ravenous bears. What? Tentacle burrows may rest. Oh, that's horrible. Come on, man. I spent like 10 minutes just massaging his ass. Good night. Oh, shit. Really? You're gonna let him die there? Oh, man. That's sad. Well, I got the thing. I had to kill the old man to do it, but... Ah, my stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you have taken care of the dragoon. And by taken care, I mean afford him all due courtesy as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. I did it. Entrusted to you by its elderly owner that he may receive a vigorous massage, this suit of armor is surprisingly light and reeks of garlic. Curious. The old gray mirror, she ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be. Okay, I don't get the reference, but I appreciate you putting it there. Capital. And without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orlan, free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike! They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. Oh, ye of little face, you are in for a treat. We shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of Mandervillian guile and subterfuge. Alright. See what this idiot's gonna do. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. And where the hell is this Orlan? I know he's gotta take a piss every hour, but damn, you could at least be quick about it. Alright, back to sleep we go. Greetings, foe. Antediluvians, I've returned. Good job. It's about time. Okay, no, that's bollocks. Pack up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before we do that, we must first release young Gigi here. It is behavior becoming a gentleman to keep children in cages. What the seven hells you're blathering about? He's going to get away. No, he will not. See? Still here within my care. Right, then. On a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Period, take me, it's working. He's about to walk out there with Gigi and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. I'm cold and there are morables after me. Wow, that doesn't look good. God, that looks awful, actually. I'm me, but you're also me. But that can't be unless... This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest Pixney. We'll be together at last. Whoa! What the fuck? What? Imposter, how dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hacked? I don't make a mistral. What? Holy shit! Because I never realized dying would hurt so much. So fucking just slap the shit out! Now's our chance, come GG with me. Vivi. What? Vivi. Where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are, a creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Kwani. Kwani. I was given life by Grandpapa Kwani. I remember now, we lived together and he taught me many things about the outside world. Everything, yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again, and so, in his ignorance, he cast you out and died all alone. Oh, well, good riddance, asshole. To turn back the hands of time, then, what we witnessed in the Crozier, with the Duke's priceless vase, that power could be brought to bear on people. Well, wait, how did you know all this? You couldn't have possibly been associates to this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips to the Great Library. Scavenging the valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match. But no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer had need for our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime, a second lifetime as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to its prime state. To turn back with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent yoke. Here, take me. This is also... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look, even. With the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance for a second chance was within reach. And then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you can animate a corpse, and I need not review the precepts to declare that products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury. Gigi, wait. What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You are a Manderville mammoth. You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try. Oops, my bad. Quan, is it the same guy from the older Temple of Quan? I don't know. What are you doing? They're getting away. We have to stop them. Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of that chapter, eh? Are you giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector and have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. It falls to me as father to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and only utilize traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Sir, I must applaud your dedication to your work and cannot thank you enough for all you have done in our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that I might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as how we can only guess at the full extent of Gigi's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should we choose to use them. I knew you wouldn't understand right then. There's no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss our plans. I suppose it'd be a shame had he given up that easily, though that means I'd have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again, then hehehe. Well, at least I'm not the only odd one out this time. Right, sir. I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I would continue my investigation into the mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. Alright. Oh, I have to go all the way back to Ishgard. Alright. Man, how long is this quest? I mean, I know there's a Stormblood chapter 2. I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of the Charlene origin, and I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that, as if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one? I'm sure you don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you, Griffin. That will be all. The Grand Sirs. I get it now. I mean, he actually pointed it out, but I was like, I was too dumbfounded by the stupidity. The proud and the pointy-eyed. We need to speak, Griffin. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since we last spoke, and the results have been rather troubling to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Allag is portrayed in the Ykronix as cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Allagans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was in these texts that I found references to temporary magics once wielded by Allagan mages. Wow, excuse me. What was that? Oh, that's weird. Why was my broadcast delayed to my phone? Anyway. It was in these texts that I found references to the temporal magics once wielded by Allagan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities and these magics are one the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grandsires, much as he restored the Duke's priceless space. That being said, there's no telling how this will work in regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when it shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before, the very same, every drop returned, or would it be different water? Or would the water once split be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend. For even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grandsires are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can. But the dead who have entered into Haloni's halls cannot return. They cannot. Yet Gigi nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlian texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of the ancient Elven magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. More importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap if we could find something of interest there, something which could help us persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildebrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? I guess. Excellent, then let's be about our business. I saw you, heretic. I beg your pardon, are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer. I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all that for my investigation. Dumbass. Aha, you admit to your crimes. Then you did secretly without permission in blatant contravention of our rules. Read forbidden tomes, then by virtue of authority of vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. You stupid. Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you go around accusing all the world of his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that. Damn it, we're better than that. Well, I'm glad you finally got that off your chest, dude. If he will not surrender himself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, and a way to help those in need. There's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. Idleshire. I don't know. I guess Relgar's reach was kind of a little bit better. I mean, there was more space. But I sort of missed this. It was kind of like a small home feel. We did a lot of events here. It was so fun. Where do I go? God damn it, Hildy. I raised you to have better sense than this. Really? Are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildebrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grandsires. They came back briefly to trade jingly shine for supplies and whatnot, you see. And the Garby's ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. What? When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and back take Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that. He's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, turn my back on the boy for one bleeding second, he loses his god's damn mind. I'm afraid he might try and do something reckless. Don't you think we should try and find him and offer some hand-lending? I'm rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grandsires attack, or worse, kill any of Hraesvelgur's brood. But first things first, I suppose. Griffin, would you so kind as to assist Mistress Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I'll pay a visit to Archmage's clan's abode in the meantime. And before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let's just say that our singular experiences together inured me to the harsh realities of full reality. Okay, walk through me. Huh, could that scrawny little shite's finally found a spine. Damn, lady, you need to chill. Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask after Grandsires, so if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Yeah, this is true. Like, a majority of the dragons in the Dravinian hinterlands tend to be, or at least the ones in Annex Trine tend to be, Hraesvelgur's, dragons, and usually the vicious ones that attack you are the Nidhogg ones. But I think they're closer up in Somal than Hraesvelgur's dragons. I don't know about the wild ones that are like half-grown. I mean, they still attack you anyway, so what you can do? Holdy practically grew up in the saddle, gave him his firm thighs and buttocks. It did. Ah. Well, thank you for sharing those secrets. Right then. I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the inspector or the Grandsires or Gigi, come and tell me. Lewis Sonnet. The guardians with the mammoth, they were here, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. The gods only know if the naive fools were serious. Why the fuck all of a sudden that they just went from, okay, can you make us young again, to I'm gonna slay the biggest, baddest dragon in the world? And I'm pretty sure this questline is fitted after Nidhogg was defeated, so I don't even know what they're talking about. 3 dragon slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. And who might that be? Because the only one that can fit the description is either Vidofnir, Veldfornir, or Hraesvelgur. Oh, those daft sods. They were for Annex Shrine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. What's happening here? Oh, this man looks like he needs an Excedrin. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Shrine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go.